Hi there, I'm Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews, and welcome to another discussion. I know I said my next one would be Ty from Digimon, but that's being delayed, so I shifted things over. And I'm here with somebody new. We're going to be talking about a movie, but I'll let her introduce herself first.
Hello, I am PRT artist from Demon Arts, and I am known as PRT Productions on YouTube. Haven't made anything for a little while, but hello anyway.
Yeah, it's been a long time for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so the movie we're going to be talking about today, it is none other than... Hold on, here's the theme. I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for this, but I'm just going to say the music is owned by somebody else. The music composed, and it's done by the artist, and it is owned by the company that produced the movie. So, here it is. Yes, we're going to be talking about Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. If you can't hear that, I'm sorry, it's playing on my computer. So, why don't you kick things off, PRT?
Well, starters. When you speak, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew is the first Pokemon film I ever saw, so naturally a team was pardon me. It was so naturally had to become a favorite of mine, like with most kids, like with the first movie and most children and other people. And these said children now adults. Good grief, I feel old now.
Oh, good gravy. Yeah, we would. We would feel that sort of thing. That movie was years ago, and yet here we are, we're talking about it. When I remember when I first saw it, it was such a thrilling thing. It was a blast. And, oh my god, I laughed, I cheered, I cried!
Yes, and yes.
Because when I heard the theme, like, as you're listening now, the theme, I was just like, oh my gosh, I had no idea they were gonna do Knights. I had no friggin' idea.
Yeah.
And it was just something that would be brilliant. And I know you probably can't hear Charlotte, or PRT, oop, sorry, didn't mean to let the real name slip, but you probably can't hear PRT artists that well. This is my first time using Audacity, so when the movie came out, here I was probably like, what, in middle school? And I got so entranced by it, weren't you?
Well, I only heard about it from one of my friends. I mean, when the film first came out, like in its original language, about 10 years ago in 2005. Yeah, I know, it's a bit crazy.
In 10 years? Holy crap!
I didn't really hear about it from a friend until one of my friends shared me a clip that is now no longer on YouTube, but at the time it was. And I was like, interesting. But I didn't really think much about it because at the time I just couldn't get into the series because the television show wasn't on TV for quite a while. And there's a short thing of it in an exhibition in the nearby museum where I am. I have a couple of pictures, but basically I heard about it from one of my friends. It's like there's films of it, which shows how out of touch I was at the time. But I've tried my absolute best to.
It's movie 8.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, you got the number wrong. And when I saw Lucario, I'm like, a jackal. Really? That's where they're go. That's what we're going with here. A freaking jackal.
Yeah.
Okay. A jackal. It was a movie that, well, generally taught, because these movies always usually taught a lesson, and this one taught that with friendships, despite the anger, the betrayal, at the end of the day, you have to learn to forgive and forget. Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, because of what happens.
You know, whatever happens, it just doesn't work. It's got to work out at some point. And all I could say is, Lucario voiced by freaking Goku. What the hell?
Yes. It's currently voiced by Goku in Super Smash Bros. 4 for both 3DS and Wii U. I like to call it Smash 4 because it's the fourth Smash game in the series.
Yeah, Lucario. Oh my gosh, it's just what a character. He had a feeling of betrayal. He held a grudge for what was it, 100 years or so? Oh no, it was 1,000 years. It was
I used to think it
1,000.
was over 1,000, but now it's over 2,000 according to the timeline.
According to the timeline, and none of the and the only episodes that referenced it were the episodes with Riley and Riolu later on.
They made a slight throwback in.
Oh yeah,
the episodes with Maylene.
Yeah, you could hear the music from the movie.
Yeah.
But it was never really mentioned again.
Which kind of sucks. I mean,
I know, these movies are actually in continuity. I had to take a look.
I mean, when Ash encounters Pokemon he's already seen in the regular series, it's like, oh, I've seen that before.
Exactly, and especially...
He's not surprised, he just knows what they are. It's like, oh. Sorry, my throat went weird.
Yes it did. And... oh my gosh, seeing the world building, a kingdom all the way in Kanto. When I first saw that, I'm like, I don't remember seeing that in the Kanto region. I'm like, oh my gosh, world building, yay!
Well, that's what happens when writers write stuff.
And then Lady Eileen, oh my gosh, pretty. She's so pretty. She's pretty. All the guys went like, hottie. And I'm like, and then I realized I looked at her dress. I just looked at her. I remember looking at her dress. I'm like, really? You're going to reference Princess Peach with the blonde hair and the pink dress? Really? Okay, I'm being a little boisterous, but I do not care at the moment. I am just recording. So, anyway, back on point. Let's not let this get casual. The last discussion got a little too casual. I'm trying to stay professional here. Let's professionalize. And then, yeah, Lucario. What did you think of Lucario? I mean,
well, he was. I kind of actually like him at first because of
how he carried a grudge.
Pretty much. I mean, he didn't even like Ash for starters because he and Aaron had the same aura.
And that's where I thought when they had the same aura, I'm like, reincarnation possible? Which I'm still holding on to hope on that.
Well, it's that, but then there's possible descendants, which is not impossible.
Sorry, you guys in the comments, if you can't hear that, it's Life Sacrifice from Pokemon Movie 8. It's the theme where Ash and Lucario do the thing. And you also heard it in the beginning of the movie, too. And, yeah, Lucario was never that well liked in the first few minutes, but then as soon as you could see him do, like, that freaking aura sphere, it's like, I want him for my team. Lucario's been on my team since the day I got him, and I leveled him up, and he became mine.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't sure that I had Lucario on my team at one point. I mean, it's like, it's Lucario. Lucario's a fighting type. And I gotta make sure I have at least one fighting type Pokemon on my team.
Speaking of legendaries, Mew! Mew of all things. There was a Mew, another one, and I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're calling back to the first movie. And I'm like, why doesn't Ash make the reference? Why don't they ever mention that this is the Mew from the first movie? Come on! This has to be the Mew.
It could be a different one. I mean, there's a lot of reasons for that.
Oh, yeah, there could be. But I thought Mew was... because in the movie, they only mentioned that Mew was the only one in the first one. And then this one shows up. So this has to be the same one. And then seeing Pikachu in that Jester's outfit... Adorbs.
That was so cute.
Oh, yeah, and then Ash... and then... Aaron being voiced by Jason Griffith.
Yeah.
His voice, such a charm, and I'm like, the minute I saw him, I'm like, damn it, you've given the ladies another one. Another hunk for to drool over. And having vivid...
I
And
never
this
thought about it.
and this guy, like Ash, he had a Pidgeot.
Yeah.
And this
Well,
guy
that's on the inheritance.
fought with honor. He did what it was asked of him. And giving up his life just to save the world.
Save everybody. I mean,
That was a pretty noble thing.
pretty much. I mean, he outweighed the choices like, what? I mean, either no one's going to survive or nearly everyone's going to survive at the expense of one. Like the whole thing with what happened in the Battle of Thermopylae. Either a king dies or a kingdom falls. And
You've got to do something no matter what.
yeah, just like I'm going with my home guard. Hence 300.
And I should say a quick apology. I'm sorry for not doing my full intro. We just got started with this whole thing. So yeah, remember to sit back, relax, and then remember to keep your hands, arms, and feet inside the review at all time, in the discussion all the time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the discussion. Sorry I messed that up, but yeah, I put that in there. And then Kid Summers, I'm like, are you a reference to Tomb Raider? Really?
Well, maybe she is, but she has a totally different hairstyle to Lara Croft.
She has a similar outfit. And she has a butler, just like Laura. I'm like, what the hell? How many references are you gonna make? Come on! And, considering this whole arc, this whole story, what it is, yeah, teaches the lesson of how a grudge can be erased away by something you never thought you'd have to learn about the person that you thought wronged you, but in reality did something that saved you.
Yeah.
Forgiving and forget, that's the lesson. What did you think of the movie? What would you rate it?
I'll give it about... Well, if you're talking about the scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 9 because I really do like it.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're probably taking a point away from the story structure.
I haven't seen it for quite a while, so I may have to rethink it.
Yeah, I have to take a few... I might have to take... Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it about the same. The only reason why I'm taking a point away from it is, gosh. The only reason why I'm taking a point away is it's because of... Well, they never seem to... Well, when they were running away from the Regice, I figured Ash would use all of his arsenal. I'm thinking, hello, you've got a bunch of Pokemon with you. Bring them out. Bring your arsenal. I'm like, because in that kind of a situation, if you're trying to save the world, it's best to go all out. That's the only reason why I'm taking plot point away, is because, well, does some of the characters, the way they think, it's just not, no. And then, oh my gosh, seeing what Lucario could and can do, holy cow. I mean, Aura Sphere, Bone Rush. Well, Bone Rush wasn't featured in the movie.
Nope.
And nor was Force Palm until the later episodes with Mylene. And I gotta say it, yeah, Lucario and This is just like what happened in my first discussion, what the heck? But yeah, I'd have to rate it the same way, and I gotta say the action, Sir Aaron, became one of my favorites. Who would you say is your favorite from the movie?
It's hard to say. I mean, Mew very, very adorable.
Oh, yeah. Mew, mew, mew. Mew, mew. Mew, mew. Mew,
Yeah.
mew. That's lines from the first movie.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, Mew's being very adorable with all the shape-shifting and all. I'm like, you can do that?
Yeah.
Well, that's something that the first movie never showed.
Yeah. Of course, another one was, we had Mime Jr. Bonsly. Mime Jr. was just so cute, got big asses posts like, oh, night.
And then Bonsley, I'm like, oh, you're just a baby. You'll get bigger.
Yeah.
You'll get bigger. And yeah, lo and behold, years later, he's a pseudo-wudo.
Yeah.
No longer the little crybaby. And yeah, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew was everything. It even inspired my own story where one of my characters for a roleplay group that me and my best friend are in. One of my characters did a similar thing where he sacrificed himself to save 2 dimensions by separating the dimensional barriers at the cost of his own life force. And I just, yeah, that really cemented in my mind knights, chivalry, honor. That would be really great. But what would be really great is if they got Luke. They really should do something like a prequel, like the Swords of Justice fight alongside Sir Aaron and Lucario. Because they've got to have known each other years ago. I mean, I have no idea how old the Swords of Justice are, but if they are 1,000 years old, then there's a pretty good chance that they know Sir Aaron and Lucario.
Maybe. I mean, they may have never left their respective regions.
And then the people of the Vale, they're also from 1,000 years ago, so there's a pretty good chance Sir Aaron knows them as well. I mean, considering... Wait a second, I just realized.
What?
Mew in the first movie, and then she shows up here. Holy crap, it's all connected! Sorry about that. Took a joke from Commander Firebrand. All copyrights go to him on that joke. So, to sum up, the movie we do like. There were some plot points we never did. We like the characters. One of our favorites we may differ on. But although, actually, you know what? I do have to take a plot point away from the story structure. Another one being, what? I don't think Team Rocket was ever necessary. I don't think they were necessary for that.
They're particularly only there for good comic relief during the dance party at the beginning.
Yeah, they were only good for that scene alone, but what was the point of having them throughout the rest of the movie? You could have had them just try to steal Lucario and then send them blasting out of there, and then have them show up at the end of the movie, like, where they got blasted off to. That would easily have been a good plot point. That easily would have been just a throwaway thing, not a plot point.
Anyways, what I do remember about what they were was Jesse and James both wore Victorian-esque outfits.
Which was, I don't think was which I think was appropriate attire.
Well, it's more medieval attire. I mean, Victoria's a lot different. And the elf wore a suit of armor.
Which was more appropriate.
Yes.
But the Victorian outfits, no, get the era right. And then when Ash showed up as Sir Aaron, I'm like, all he needs is to wield like a heroic sword, and we're good. And then May with her beautiful thing, I'm like, her dress, I'm like, that thing at the back, I'm like, oh my gosh, so cute.
Max looked really adorable. I mean, he looks like a prince.
I mean, he looks considering.
The maid's just like, oh, look at him. He looks just like a little doll. I'm like,
and Max was like,
why is no one listening to me? Because he was telling him about something that happened.
And then Brock.
He's a priest.
A priest. A very lecherous priest, considering how he acts around women.
Yes. I mean,
Uh,
just like,
Especially, I'm surprised he didn't get that way around Lady Eileen. Well, maybe he did. I just don't remember the movie that well.
don't think he did. I
Oh.
mean,
Well,
I
for
mean,
those of you in the
let's-
comments, please correct us if Brock got to flirt with Lady Eileen or not. And then Kid Summers, holy crow, talk about a woman of action. Although it may have been her fault that the tree of beginning was starting to harm itself, because she deployed her drones and she was just exploring, but she had actually infected the tree. Oh, that was a bad idea. Of course,
it
then
got
again, you would.
creepy. It got creepy when the supposed white blood cells came out.
Oh, those white blood cells. Oh God,
That got creepy.
so that's what goes on in my body. I really didn't need to see that. No thanks. That was just enough creep factor that still makes me take a point away from it. Okay, so that's one of the few things that we take away. The Team Rocket, useless. Story structure was a bit and actually the story structure was strong, so yeah, I'm recanting that. And the white blood cells had just that much of enough of a creep factor to make me go, nope, 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 nope.
Nope. Fuck this shit. I am out. Or something.
Also, yeah, keep this G-rated, please. My family's watching this. I don't want to have to
Sorry.
age restrict this.
Oh, sorry. Basically, nope. I am so out.
Yeah, we're running away from this. Well, for those of you who hear the crunching, that's her just having some chips, crisps, whatever.
Food.
I'm from the US. She's from the UK. Deal with it.
Yep.
And for those of you who haven't seen her do anything on YouTube for the longest time, she's been lazy. Okay.
I'm busy as hell.
And busy. Yeah, busy. We've all been busy. I've been doing stuff for my channel and for DeviantArt, so yeah. And oh God, we got too casual. What the hell? So, what would you say is your favorite part of the movie?
I like the climax because it's all coming. It's like a lot of things are coming together. Like
Yeah.
suddenly this is happening.
Oh, you mean
And
you mean at the point where this was playing?
yeah, very much.
Oh God, when I heard the music again, I'm just like, I like got chills when the theme played. And
I was like, oh my god, it's happening.
and then when the music got intense, I'm like, oh gosh, it's about to go down. And this is actually like the first time in a Pokemon movie where we get featured death.
Yeah.
Where a death gets mentioned. And ordinarily in shows like this, you would never mention like this, especially something for kids. But considering it's a movie, you can, and I commend you for that. Oh gosh, and especially when the music just gets that far enough. I think it's somewhere around here where... Oh yeah, it's where Ash declared, I'm not gonna give up!
Yes,
That's where it really got intense. Yeah, it's with me.
I like when they said that's like, yes.
Oh my
That's
god.
that boy.
Yeah, especially when Ash was not willing to give up. That's just like, it just goes to show how stubborn he can be.
Yeah.
And I thought that we were witnessing the finale here. Actually, honestly, this part felt like the finale. It felt like the finale to Pokemon. I thought we're gonna lose the main character here. I thought this would have been a turning point. I'm like, oh God, are we really losing him? And that was something that I'm like frightened to me, yet I'm like, oh my gosh. Sorry I had to end that track. It's just, don't want this thing running for too long. And then this song came about. This song, I think it's, what, John Siegler, you own this song, and then this is what we're using to play out. And oh my gosh, what a song, am I right? This should play at a high school graduation, honestly, because that's how this feels. I mean, wow. Like a mountain I must conquer, like a battle I must endure. I will fight for your honor. Yeah, when I heard the song in the end credits, I was crying for the first time. I mean, because this felt like it felt like something of a, like, similar to Pikachu's Goodbye sort of thing, where it's like, we might not be able to see Lucario again. And then suddenly, years later, Riley and Lucario show up in Diamond and Pearl. I'm like, I flash back to Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and I'm like, they've reincarnated. And so that whole movie was definitely... Actually, the movie taught another lesson. Don't mess with nature. You're never sure. And, yeah, I'm gonna have to end the track there, so, yeah, again, copyright issues. Yep. But, so, as we wrap up, we had some good points, like, we loved the characters. Lucario and Sir Aaron are our favorites. Hers is probably Aaron, considering she liked the hunk.
I like Aaron, but not because he's like that.
I do like Aaron.
He's pretty damn brave, for God's sake.
And, yeah, and the story structure was pretty awesome. Even though I may have said that earlier that it was a little weak, but we didn't like the comedic part. Thought that was a bit unnecessary. And overall, we got to talk about just how wonderful, how great it is, and we do recommend it highly.
Yeah.
So for those of you, watch Pokemon Lucario and the Mystery of Mew. And PRT, why don't you start off ending out with your outro?
Well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.
Alright, so once again, this is Lightspeed of Lightspeed Reviews, and I've hoped you found this one to be a very fun discussion. Feel free to leave a comment down below, and we'll see you next time.